Hello, everybody. If anybody's here, this is our Sunday night broadcast. Some people call this a show, Sunday night show. So, is anybody here, Mrs. Spec?
That's for waiting.
Well, maybe they don't know we're on yet. Braden was here. I don't think the spider can get under the door, though.
Ay, cállate los ojos. Me muero. Sí, con la chiquita me andaba muriendo.
He's not looking for you.
Commercial.
Let me get the dog in here. Before the spider eats the dog. Here, because I'm going to whistle.
Oh, okay. I have a commercial.
Come on, before you get eaten. Danny, you too.
Apparently, there was a giant spider outside. What is. What? There you go. Now I have a. Sorry, I didn't have a chat for some reason. Okay, Braden was here a couple minutes ago. Jenny?
Danny. Calling for Danny. Danny! Where are you?
I think I spelled that wrong, but anyway. Patrick is here.
Hello, Patrick.
Also, Bilefly, sorry. Bilefly
Firefly.
is clinging to a container of pudding.
Oh, nice. Me too, later.
Braden is still here.
Oh, hello, Braden.
Bilefly says, hi, spiders.
You ain't know the half of it. I'm going to explain it when more people get here.
Dan is here.
Hey, Danny Boyd.
No, you haven't done explain
What?
you're doing.
No, I'm just...
Buddy Carafano's here.
Good evening, buddy.
Bilefly says, hi, Braden and Boyd. And everyone else I missed. ¿Qué traes tú? ¿Quieres subir
All
mis
kinds
piernas?
of cat hair.
Pues sí, si quieres subir mis piernas. Bilefly says, hi, Mike.
How's it going, Wildfly?
¿Quieres subir otra vez?
Just lay down. Flop down there.
The
Flop
supper
down
is
there.
he's on top of the supper.
That's okay. Flop down there, cat. Always catering to these animals. So what's going on this Sunday evening, guys? Can you start the pictures?
Ah, sí. Sí, pues súbete. A ver, agárrale aquí. Súbete, ven.
This is your department.
I know, but I have to catch him if he falls because it's going to scratch me all over.
Firefly says, searing hot day today, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, we got pretty close to that, but our humidity is off the charts. Still eating soft foods. That's good. Can you eat ice cream now?
Ice cream.
Numb it all out. You had your ice cream today. Mrs. Spec had her ice cream bar today.
That I bought myself.
Chocolate covered strawberry.
That I bought myself.
The chocolate on those bars is pretty good. The outside chocolate is really good.
You're drooling.
And some of them are not. Some of them are really, really sugary. They just don't. They're just not good. I hope Danny's okay out there. I think I'm gonna publish this Caribe. Did you notice something? You could tell really quickly, guys, if it's a Mexican spec Caribe or a U.S. spec Rabbit. You notice what's missing on the side of this car? We're pretty close, Biofly. Yeah, I pretty much stayed in the house. I had to go outside to clean the ground today because it rained yesterday, so all kinds of leaves and stuff around.
For 71%.
But yeah.
41.
No, Biofly. It was an ice cream bar, you know, like it that they dip in the chocolate and then they sell it at the stores. I have the chocolate on chocolate, and Mrs. Beck had the strawberry and chocolate. But I like the chocolate on chocolate better. But the outer covering of the chocolate was really good, and sometimes it's not with different, you know, like what did they call that? Magic shell? You could buy at the store and put it on your ice cream, and then
Solidified.
it's yeah, solidifies on the coldness. That does not have a really good taste, but this chocolate for some reason does. And we have to specifically ask the store to ask the supplier to put it on there, to
To
deliver it
bring
to
it.
this store because we can't find them anywhere else. So you're right, buddy. No side marker lights in Mexico. I think they did later. They started doing it later, but in starting in 1981, where it had the wraparound turn signals in front, you had the side light from that. But I don't think they put on the rear side marker light.
That's a tiny engine.
No, it's the same engine.
But with this magical shell.
Magic Shell. Yeah,
A magic shell.
that comes like the Hershey syrup bottle.
It sounds like the.
It comes. It's like that, but it does not taste that good.
It sounds like the Mario Kart.
Magic Shell.
Yeah, magic shell.
Why?
Because they throw shells at Mario Kart.
Oh, the turtle shells.
Yeah. Well, it's a teeny tiny engine.
It's not much smaller than the U.S. The GT, the Caribe GT, had the 1.8 liter in it.
It can be small as long as you know how to use it.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. See what I did there? Anyway, guys, I was sitting in the bathroom like everybody does. The door was open. I looked because what we have is a hallway. There's a door for the bathroom, a door for the dog's room, a door for this room, and a door for the other room. I'm sitting there. The door for the dog's room is open, and this huge spider comes running into the hallway. And I'm picture a little bit bigger than the diameter of a baseball.
Kind of like a tarantula.
No, it's not like a tarantula. It does not have the big bulb in the back. It was a brown spider.
Size.
Brown spider. Yeah, a little bit smaller than a tarantula. Comes running into the hallway and just stops in the middle of the hallway. So I took a red rag that I have in there and I hit the ground and it turned around and ran back into the dog's room. But it's just seeing that thing there coming in. It was like looking for something. I don't know what. But and I went and looked in the dog's room and I don't know where it is. I don't know where it's living in there. Behind the mattress, maybe. Behind all the storage containers we have in there. But
Dan says nice modern mini
lights.
Stephen Andrews is here.
Hello, Stephen Andrews.
Also Josh Homan. Stephen Andrews mentions Jamie is getting later, it seems.
Hello, Josh. I saw Jamie was on pretty much on time, so he can stay on as long as he wants. Is that a wolf spider?
I think so. It could be a wolf spider or just a regular garden spider. We do have a lot of garden spiders that grow really big here.
No, it didn't have any stripes on it. It's just a brown spider, really large. Which they don't bother me.
No, they're not.
No, they don't bother me. I just don't want it inside the house, running around where I can step on it.
They're not highly venomous or anything. They just can eat insects, and that's fine. Mohawk is here.
Hello, Mohawk. Thanks for joining us.
Mohawk says, "Hello, everyone. Hi, Mexican Spec. I'm Mexican Spec."
I didn't have my phone with me. Actually, the phone that I had isn't connected to anything, so I couldn't take a picture or anything.
What do you mean? You can take pictures without internet.
And how am I going to move it?
What, Bluetooth?
So I scared the thing back into the dog's room, but I don't know where it's living in there. We're going to have to do a little bit of cleaning in there and seeing where its home is.
Miranda says, start work at 6 a.m., so we'll be heading to bed soon.
That's fine, Stephen. Thank you for coming in.
Papa says, I used to call wolf spiders raisin spiders because they had raisin stripes on them.
I didn't see any raisin stripes on her. I didn't. But she's a big one. She was pretty big.
Faith is here.
Hello, Faith.
Faith says hi. Barbara says, and they were fast.
Oh, yeah. She moved pretty good when I slapped that rag on the ground. Just got to control them. Keep them in their room.
Papa says, I hit the Chevy steering wheel.
That's whatever they put in there.
Hey, kitties. Oh,
this is a van that they do not sell in the U.S. and it has a 2.0 liter diesel, no turbo diesel, just diesel, and a 6-speed manual. So I bet you're shifting all the time to get where you need to go.
Of the campus here.
Hello, Buff. How you doing tonight? We're in the same time zone now.
And they say hello.
We're in the same time zone.
I have to cut your nails, baby. They're really long.
I do. I bite my nails.
Not your nails.
Oh.
Who cares about your nails?
Why are you calling a cat baby when you should be calling me baby? You see how she is? No, buddy. The spider did not scare the shit out of me. I don't have a problem with spiders. I just did not want it inside the house where it might surprise us later.
I have a problem with spiders.
It can stay in the dog's room because the dog doesn't even stay in there anymore. He just goes in there to eat his food.
Papa says, interesting. Thunderbird is here.
Hello, Thunderbird.
Thunderbird says, good evening, everyone.
Faith, how's your brother doing? Have you found out anything about him?
On my phone. Useful.
Yeah, that's asking a lot of a cat to be useful. Newer diesels run more like gas engines these days, Firefly says. Well, I don't know. 2 liters is pretty small for a diesel engine to get that van and everything they load in it moving around. So there's a few of these Firebirds and Trans Ams and stuff here, but this one looks as original as you're going to get because it says the 6.6 liter is still under the hood. And those are not Trans Am wheels, but they are Pontiac wheels. So, Faith, ooh, he's doing okay. He had a really bad stroke. Is your brother much older than you, Faith? Or yeah, strokes can be devastating.
Yes.
We've already had to deal with that in our family. Yeah, that car's in Jalisco, so
Uno's
we
here.
can go get it. Hello, Uno.
And they say, fuego ave.
Over here it says it was Firebird.
Oh, because it's fue. It was.
Hmm. Well, this is a Firebird with a Trans Am package on it.
Where they went? Oh, Thunderbird says nice car. Thunderbird says you can still get Rally 2s on a Trans Am.
In 1979?
Firefly says, ouch, strokes are no fun.
No, they're
They're
not.
not. Mohawk says, dang, I wish I had some money. I would be all over that.
It's a really nice car. Everybody likes the black, but the white is so innocent. You're not going to see it coming.
Faith says, yeah, he's 26. 26 and
Wow.
a stroke. It must be health related.
Yeah.
Thunderbird says 26. Wow, hope he gets better.
With a stroke, it's all time is what matters. You have to see how the stroke affected him and all that stuff. Well, Mohawk, I gotta earn pennies, which translate to pesos, which means we can buy this stupid cat here food. You're very vocal for a cat.
Rafa confirms that's pretty young for a stroke.
Yeah.
But the Carafano says T-Tops will make that Trans Am perfect.
Who said that?
For the Carafano. For the Carafano.
I don't see that here. Can you put it? Can you put this on live chat? Now I see him. Why did I see some comments before and then they don't put this one on there? I don't understand the whole system.
Maybe because it's up.
Buddy, I'd rather have a solid roof because of all the problems that T-tops give you. And then were they factory T-tops? Were they installed later? Who's gonna, can they break? All kinds of stuff. I'd rather have a solid roof and cold air conditioning.
Uno says all Trans Ams are Firebirds, but not all Firebirds are Trans Ams.
Oh yes, that's for sure. Can say the same thing about the Camaros.
Like elephants?
What?
Like elephants?
Elephants?
Elephants.
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 That's a Mopar.
No.
Yes, this is a Pontiac.
Is there a car called Elephant?
The elephant engine, yeah.
Oh, but that's an engine. I meant the animal. However, there are better chances of recovery though.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work. A lot of work.
I'm not saying that word or no. Pete's Custom Car Shop is here.
Hello, Pete.
Yes, say hello, everyone. Believe is also here.
Good evening, Believe.
They say hi, Mr. and Mrs. Spec and crew. Butterfly says, ah, the red interior brings back memories.
Oh yes, when they used to put nice interiors in cars, you could choose. I just posted an '81 Mustang today. I seriously doubt that it's the original interior, but it has a really nice blue vinyl interior, the bucket seats and the rear seat. I mean, it's really clean vinyl, like it was just done.
Let's say hi to Pizza. Pizza Husker is here.
No, he just came in. Hey,
Okay.
Pit Snipe, good to
Pizza
see
Husker is
you.
here, and they said T-tops are just a porta potty for somebody you pissed off. One says Huffle lumps and waffles. What?
It didn't translate it. It says the same thing here.
The number says question of the older, wiser mechanics here. Got a hydraulic flat tap tapper
Tap it.
tappet like
Lifter.
lifter that bleeds down and will take for a couple of seconds till the engine builds oil pressure. Is this a big deal? Mohawk says, I miss my 1980 Formula. It was rarer than the T8.
Yeah, I like the formulas too. Even up into the '80s cars, into the '90s cars. Definitely liked the formula better. Isn't Pussy Gato Mexican for kitty cat? Not really.
No, just gato o gatito.
That's what our condo abuela called them.
No. Buffalo says, not really. Thunderbird lifters that are too tight are more damaging. Damaging.
Close.
Midnight says, no. Thunderbird changing weight of oil or doing a flush or using some seafoam can make that go away. Buffalo says damaging. That is.
So there is a fix for it.
Buffalo says, what engine Thunderbird? Qué rica tu pata.
I remember posting a picture of one of those spiders. Remember, it was on the wall here.
Mm-hmm.
One of those huge spiders. I posted it. I took a picture, posted it on Instagram, and somebody commented on that. Burn the house down.
Yeah, it's a common response.
Like, why? Spiders are your friends, unless they're crawling on you in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy says, cool steering wheel in the Volvo. His knife says, blind. I'll recommend Seafoam T-Bird, Thunderbird. It's a clean lifter, rebuilt them, but it did endure enough force to bend a push rod when my engine got hurt. I think it's probably just scored or something. Oh, that's the 429 in your Thunderbird.
And it says beautiful Amazon, call the Canadian up here, wire wheels and white roof with firecracker red, cool, slow, and low cruiser.
It is a pretty clean car for a 1960 model.
Fernando says got a 70 Firebird with a Formula hood sitting here now, looking for an engine.
I wonder how far away you are from Thumper, the sweaty fat guy. He's in the upper part of Michigan. He has all Pontiac stuff there.
Fernando says Ford 429 has a racing springs too. Una says were not Liberty big blocks?
That depends up to what year. They started putting small engines in them. Was starting in '77 when they downsized it.
Faye says plus he had the pneumonia really bad. He's fighting while he gets fluids.
Oh, you had that, didn't you?
Pneumonia?
Pneumonia one
Yeah.
time.
Mohawk says that's back when a Volvo had style and didn't look like a brick with wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Pisnam says, oh hell, that's different. Tibbert, replace the lifter.
Ooh.
Firefly says, I don't think I want to keep the lifter if it is damaged.
Especially not if you're going to race the car.
Believe says the pit snipe, seafoam in the oil a few hundred miles before the change cleaned the rings uh, right up. Oil consumption, which was excessive from sitting in storage all winter, stopped. Fitznam says it's not catastrophic if it takes for a little at startup. Evidently, it's waking up with warmer oil, so honestly, no worries.
But he's going to race the car Hit snipe. It's going to be a race car, and it's a race car engine.
Fireplace is not too bad, just an annoying thing. Trimmer says, yeah, well, they all look okay, so I put them back in. I'd have to take apart the top end again. Running at 30 weight now.
Hmm. Somebody added a roof to this van. It didn't come like that. Not from our factory, it didn't.
Fireplace says, just as long as you didn't mix up the lifters.
You got to put them back in the hole they came out. Some of these engines have that reservoir right at the front or back, if you want to call it that, and some of them don't. I wonder if it's a problem if it doesn't.
Fitzknife says, to race, I replace it with every other lifter. I upgraded to rollers and put a floppy cam in, but that's just me. Thunderbird says, yeah, it does pump up within a couple of seconds, but maybe I'll run 40 weight again next time I race. Says, ah.
Have you had it out on the track since the rebuild, or are you still waiting to do that? You guys know what decent engine would fit under the hood of this Thunderbird? Because that engine that's in there's got to go. Would a 302 fit in there? They ask way too much money for these cars. They're not a particularly nice car to drive. They're not particularly good at anything, so I don't see where the value comes in, other than it's rare.
Thunderbird says, apparently some lifters don't even come with springs, and they take upon startup.
Thanks.
Thunderbird says, put a 4.6 in that car. I would. Are you being like
Firefly
the
says
force
struggling not to poke at his
thingy?
damaged
The
gums
force.
with his tongue. Oh, I know how that is, Firefly.
Is he doing at the force thingy?
What?
What is his name? I don't know. I don't watch the shows,
What are you
the
talking
movies.
about?
Thunderbird. His message.
Put a 4.6 in that car? I would.
Is he doing like the thing, the force moving with
Oh,
you? Is he doing?
Yoda?
Yes, there you
He's
go.
trying to be Yoda?
Is he? Is he? What? Don't laugh. Tell me.
Maybe. He
Fitz,
is Canadian, so you never know.
Business says lifters are weird. Oil weight up or oil weight down might make it stop. Ultimately, you don't care. It's not hurting anything, and it wakes up for go time. Fireplace says the Thunderbird came with a 3.9 liter, I think.
Yep. The same thing that was in the Lincoln LS.
City Burlock is here.
Hello, CD Burlock.
City Burlock says Thunderbird. Take out 1 quart and replace it with Valvoline, Restore, and Protect. Say 1040.
But he just rebuilt the engine. It's he just put it all back together.
Fireplace says Tiny V8, if I remember. Thunderbird says, we'll do City Burlock. Thunderbird says, no, I haven't raced it yet this year. Hopefully, we'll get it to the track this summer.
Summer's almost over.
Does it feel like
We have
it?
what, like 1 month left?
No, we have like 5 months left.
Yeah, but not in the real world. We're a special case here.
Belfast is not sure a 4.6 would fit.
It is a pretty big engine.
Sivando says interior is very disappointing compared to the exterior. No classic touches at all.
Yeah,
Believe says,
they didn't even go for that.
Believe says, oh, that Jaguar V8. Cityberlock says, let us know how things go. Commercial. Your turn.
His Knife says, I'm launching my
¿Quieres salir?
first Restore and Protect
¿Quieres salir?
engine. I'm optimistic. I've read the labs, and it's their Dexos blend plus magic. No worries to try it.
No, bueno.
Stephen Andrews says, some tuned metal needed. Some turned metal needed. They should have put. Was the shifter on the floor like in the original car? Barracuda. Is Dean here? Is it safe? Hello, Barracuda. It's always safe when Dean is here. Have you guys been fighting? Thunderbird. Our track closes end of September, but honestly, they could stay open at least till Halloween. Hit Snipe says, gorgeous Ram Charger. It is weird that it is a four-wheel drive, which is very rare in Mexico.
Butterfly is looking forward to the fall season. I'm looking forward to it being cool, so winter it is.
I like winter too. All the cats come and sleep in the bed with me.
Yeah.
Keep me warm.
Triple says, has one digging lifter, he reused the cam and lifter. I got
This thing needs new turn signal lenses in front, but luckily I have them sitting here right in my bedroom.
Butterfly, I made gluten-free banana bread.
We haven't tasted it yet.
He's a coward. He doesn't want to taste my banana bread.
She only offers it to me when I'm not hungry.
You said, are you going to take out the banana bread? And I said, I don't want any. You take it out if you want to. And you didn't take it out. So
No, because I just had pancakes.
then why you mention it?
That was the same gluten-free pancakes.
Then why you mention it?
To see if you would do it. It's 64 degrees where Stephen Andrews is. Jealousy. We're jealous.
I don't know about that. The number says my favorite month is probably September. Sunny, cool days. I like maybe March.
Moak says very few, if any, spiders in winter. That's not our experience.
No.
Spiders are all over the house every day of the month, every day of the year.
But it says Mom says you will hate winter. Yeah, probably.
Yes. Well, that's a different world over there. I don't know how people get anything done with so much snow on the ground.
Pablo says I got married in the fall, just when the leaf change was at its peak colors. Oh, that's beautiful.
As long as you don't have to clean up the leaves.
Yeah, but it sounds beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I got married on winter in February.
We got married.
We got married on winter in February.
I got married. There was two of us there.
Well, I was looking to buy a whole by myself. What do you care?
Barry has just over 4 weeks of winter left. So if you translate that into real English, Thunderbird, there's 4 weeks of summer left.
Business says, what makes restore and protect awesome from an oil lab guy? I ain't sure yet, but it's great. I'm betting on something enzymatic. There's bugs in the oil. Lol.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Banana bread. Yes.
What's that mean?
I'm not sure I would call it bread, but
Steven says zucchini bread season soon. I know. I've never tried it zucchini bread. I don't know if I would like it.
Believe. Hat did the shoes say?
What did the shoes say to the pants? What's up, Bridges?
That's a modern joke.
So they were like this 5.9 liter equals 360. So what is a 6.0 liter?
6.1, 361? I don't know. I don't do liters.
It says Michelle just made me stuffing for supper. Oh.
Just stuffing? She left out the turkey?
Thunderbird says, do you folks in Mexico have a lot of poisonous spiders? Darling, all spiders are poisonous, but it depends on the type of poison. Not really.
I haven't had one bite me, so I don't know yet.
We do have the brown recluse, and we do have the black widow.
Yeah, the black widow. I've gotten rid of a few of those.
But besides that, not really.
It's nice. Basic ortho home defense knocks down 90% of bugs. Yeah, we have animals in the house. I'm not putting those kind of chemicals around. And the spiders take care of the other bugs, so I'm not worried about that.
No, we're not worried about bugs. I'm worried about the crickets. They're getting annoying. We need the chickens inside the house.
Well, Spy says, my theory is that Restore and Protect oil has a teaspoon of naphtha in
Naphtha.
it per quart.
Naphtha.
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 N no NAPTHA.
Butterfly, does it sound like an F? Do you pronounce like if it's an F? Naphtha. Butterfly says, we had our marriage in a cave and a reception in another cave and served me speakeasy style. Ooh,
He's the one that makes the
chainmail. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
chainmail. Yeah, so that fits.
Send me pictures.
Fitness Pit Snipe says that would show on the labs fly.
We couldn't do much for our wedding
It was on a
because
Tuesday.
we were still during COVID. It was on a Tuesday, first of all. It was still during COVID. It had to be during the week because we had to go to the Palacio. What do you call Palacio?
Whatever office it is that marries people.
No, but you have the county. You had to go to the county.
Yeah, to get licensing and everything.
Yeah, we had to go to the county. We didn't do it on a church or anything like that.
We got married on a specific date, not just when it fell on the weekend or anything, because it was a
Yeah,
special date.
yeah, and we didn't have much of a budget to begin with. So
I'm not sure if I got something, but yeah. Pete says, yes, just stuffing's my favorite Mohawk. I always liked the Scirocco. That was one of the original ones.
places I haven't seen any speedometers, laps, pit snipe, Husker.
Spectrometer.
Speedometers? Oh, sorry. Pit snipe says the ortho is safe for pets and kids, but I understand spec.
That's what they tell you, but I'm not taking any chances. There's always consequences.
So the word says there's a new spray to clean spider webs and keep them gone for a few months.
Where would the spiders live then?
I don't trust any of those things because they sell uh, medication to put on your pets to get rid of the fleas and ticks and things like that, and they kill the pet.
Yeah, there was a yeah. Well, I forgot what company it was, but a lot of pets were killed with that product.
And it's not just one; it's several. So
Yeah,
I'm not.
it was a lot of them.
I do a lot of research before doing that to my pets.
Thunderbird says, so I mentioned that 351 Cleveland fuel pump last week here. Anyway, drove 5 hours to go get it. Holly stopped making them like 10 years ago. There's an AU performance one. Dean might know about them. Oh.
Waffle says I made the meat when we first did. Wow.
And Thunderbird made a video about it if you want to go to his channel and watch the video on that fuel pump.
The recluse are far worse than Black Widow bites. Yes, they are. But I haven't actually never seen one myself. I've seen Black Widows. We have seen Black Widows here in our house, but I've never seen a brown recluse. Prisnov says, I went and looked, fly, called my buddy at Tulco oil in Tulsa. It's not elemental, like more sodium or calcium. It is curious. Curious. What?
Dean's here.
Dean,
But
hi, Dean.
Barry was looking for you. Like 9.5 is here. The late comer is always a fraction.
Barry says there's only one native poisonous spider in New Zealand, the katipo. Looks like a black widow with red on its back, but they are rarely ever seen.
They probably hide in the shadows so you can't see them.
Papa says interesting. Mercury says hello Dean, good to see you, buddy. Jennifer says I like this Mustang. And Bubble Butt Mustang?
Oh, bubble back, yeah. This one is here in my town, so it would be easy for me to make it look brand new with all of the shops around here if anybody wants it.
I'll try not to dance. Pitsnap says, T-Bird, I'd leave the factory pump in place, but rip the leg off it, then go electric. Silverlock says, Thunderbird, the police interceptor that had 429 CJ had both manual and electric fuel pumps. Mohawk says, I must have unalived about 30 spiders in my shop yesterday. Crazy. I started my scamp and let it run for about 10 minutes. I fumigated my shop.
He only saw one today.
Oh, I saw that. Pablo says, I have seen brown recluses. They have the violin mark on their head and midsection. I hate
them. Interesting.
The spider
that I just saw she was just big,
Yeah.
but not aggressive because when I hit the ground with the rag, she turned around and went back where she came from. So
And
I don't know what she was looking for in the house.
in this area, the most spiders that we have are the jumping spiders, and I love them. They're so cute.
The little ones.
The little ones that are there like, jumping
Mm-hmm.
all the time. And the jumping spiders are so cute.
Thunderbird. I like mechanical pumps, but they're getting hard to find good ones. That's for sure. Yeah, you should always have an electric pump as a backup. You can put it back by the tank and just run the fuel through it with the mechanical. And if the mechanical ever fails, click on the electric so you can get home. I should follow my own advice,
Mhm.
but I haven't driven a carbureted car in a while because they're all sitting in the backyard. Thunderbird, City Burlock, that's interesting. I know a gentleman who ran a mechanical and electric on a 429 race motor. I run a performance mechanical Eldebrock on my 429. Biofly says fuzzy spiders are safe. What are you eating now? Same thing. Fuzzy spiders are safe. Wet, shiny spiders are more to be worried about.
Yeah.
Jumpy spiders are fun.
Yeah, how
Firefly says,
cute.
"Hello, Stray Bullet.
Hey, Stray Bullet.
Did you check out? Did you see if you could get a trial to my membership? It's my 10 of 10 advice on fuel pump spec. Thank you. Although I haven't found an electric fuel pump that would last, I don't know, 5 6 months. They fail like crazy every time I buy one. Thunderbird. That's funny you mentioned that Mexican spec because I literally just bought an electric pump to set up as a backup on the Highvoy F250. Yeah, it's with everything that fails, you should always have a backup. And then the electric's going to fail on you too, so you got to get the mechanical fixed pretty quickly. It
It
just I had so much bad luck with electric fuel pumps.
says, what did you find on the Ram Charger?
What did you find on the Ram? I didn't go look it up. Honestly, sorry, Pete. When I was done yesterday with, I made my dinner, and then Buff came on, and he was on for almost 3 hours, and then it was time to
Make
get away
bread.
from the computer.
Make bread.
It was time to get away from the computer.
Silverlock says, Thunderbird, bareback, see if the Carter pumps are still available. And Bargura says, these days though, we have Australian redback spiders here. They got in somehow. Venomous, but I'm not sure how bad.
Test it out, Barry. Let us know how it goes.
Tripoli says, I can't.
You
You can't.
can't what?
You can't what?
The trial is free, a free
Oh,
for 30 days, but you have to go in there and click on it from your account to see if it'll allow you to do it because you have to be authorized or whatever. I don't know.
it doesn't give you the option? Mohawk says, I hate brown recluses. My friend got bit by one just reaching up under his dash to check a connection. They had to cut a spot about the size of a $50 out of his hand.
Wow.
Yeah, they are really bad. Thunderbird says, my plan is to run a mechanical, have an electric setup ready to run, and have a spare mechanical in the truck. 3 strikes and you're out. Low.
Mm-hmm. Good plan.
Fitzknife says, I prefer submerged electric pumps if the application allows for it.
On these old cars, I wouldn't do that.
But Carpano says, carburetor car has a better chance making it home than the Durango.
Oh, I know. I know. I took the Durango to my mechanic, the buddy. He drove it home for 2 days, no problems. He says couldn't. We blew out. He didn't put any spray or anything, but he just blew out the connectors on the computer with air. So he says no problems. I get it. Go over there. Come bring it home. No problems. We go on our shopping trip. We're coming back to the house right on our street over here. Boom, shuts off. It started right back up, so that was not a problem, not like it did before, but it's still doing it. So there's no way that if I get a delivery to the border, that I'm going to be able to put a trailer on that thing and take it to the border. So I need to figure out what's going on.
Buffett says, my kid just found a Luna moth outside. Ooh. I used to use them to scare people. They get fat with eggs and try to land on anything vertical. So I would throw them at people and they would chase them.
You're evil, Vilefly.
It's fun.
I don't know what a Luna moth is, but we have
Let's look it up.
we have some pretty big moths here.
Yeah.
They've come in the house, so I just pick them up and I put them back
I
outside.
think they're the fussy ones.
Even Andrews, I couldn't find the option. You mean on the membership? YouTube will let a person have one trial across all of YouTube.
It's beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah. I thought it was the fussy one that looked like a. I thought it was this one. Oh, the male is the fussy one. Ah. Can I see it from the back?
I don't have the other phone here
Can
to
you
turn
show
off.
me from the back?
To turn off the.
It's behind you.
The other phone is gonna sound the alarm at 9 o'clock for my pills that I just took. The internet problems are the worst, Stray Bullet says. Clean the throttle body just in case. It's not that. It's electrical that's shutting the truck off. That's the problem. But I don't know how to fix it. Yesterday, on Friday, while we went to the store,
Look at his face.
when we went to the store,
So cute.
the check engine light was on. Not flashing or anything, just on. So we came back from the store, driving down the street real close to the house. The truck shuts itself off. I'm able to start it back up. When I start it back up, no check engine light. And if there's no check engine light, there's not going to be a code in there.
Luna moths are the size of a sparrow. So, yay big.
Mm-hmm.
Fernando says I couldn't find the option. Trouble says the intermittent problems are the worst. Biofly says clean the throttle body just in case. Biofly says Luna moths are the size of a sparrow. Biofly says wingspan. The number says moths are cool. Depends.
Some of them.
The ones that are here are just black or brown or dark.
They don't look good, but they don't bother me.
Also, they don't bother me, but they do freak me out because they do look like bats, and we do have bats here. And yeah, I had a bad scare with
We haven't had a moth in the house in a long time.
No, we don't go outside.
So there's chickens around now, though.
No, chickens don't get moths. Moths are outside at night. After they get pretty. This knife says I hung at 90. Commercial.
I hung a 1990 Tempo fuel pump in my 76 Nova fuel tank with baling wire. Added a fuel pressure regulator and honestly never touched it again. All feeding a Rochester Unijet on a 250 6-cylinder. This was the green swallowtail species. Yeah, that's what came up.
Surrender says I have seen a big moth here, but only one.
We've had it in the house a few times. I just put the thing back out.
This knife says monojet, that is. Waffle says, oh yes, there will be a code unless powered. What's lost? This knife says, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. But I don't know what the problem is, why it's shutting itself off. It's like the computer just loses power and then it comes back. So I don't know. I don't know what the thing is, what the problem is. G200J is here.
Hey, G200J.
And he's stuck on the flat tappet camshaft. I'm going to go turn that off. It's going to get annoying. The phone doesn't know. I already took the pill.
No.
It's not a smartphone. Huh?
Sorry. Danny! Danny!
Oh, Daniel. Nothing? The dog go out too?
See.
Put the dog out.
He wanted to go out.
Oops. It's not, I guess he doesn't feel it's that hot outside. So he's out.
I'm on top of messages again. Hold on. Hold on.
What we have in the backyard right now is a hen that laid a bunch of eggs, one hatched. So she's got a little baby. And then there's like a teenager out there that doesn't belong to anybody. Somehow got in my backyard but can't get out.
A teenager chicken.
Yeah, a teenager chicken. So it's kind of like off by itself. Right now, it is just sitting in front of the tire on my 65 Buick, just sitting on the ground. That's where it's going to stay tonight.
Polycarpona says brother had same problem with Dodge pickup. Bad ignition switch would cause drop around when turn off. Pablo says there's even a code for lost power, Chrysler only.
Okay, buddy, but if it was the ignition switch, then it shouldn't start back up, right? Because when it completely failed on me, I would turn the ignition to the on position, and it was like I was getting nothing from the computer at all. None of the gauges would move. It didn't even know the turn signals worked, radio worked, but none of the gauges on the dash worked. So I'm thinking it's 100% the computer.
Jennifer says, haha, yeah, it's funny how those temporary repairs last forever, but the ones that you carefully map out and install crap out and leave you stranded.
Hmm.
G200 says, show Danny and the other pets.
We don't have pictures of them in the rotation here, but we might maybe next week we'll take pictures. I didn't say to go down. Come on, come up here, Danny.
Buffalo says, flip the key switch 3 times and leave it on to pull codes.
Okay, I'll try that.
Pete says, that's what I meant. And that's what I meant, Durango. Mohawk says, Mexican Spec, it depends on the scanner you use to read the codes. We had one at the GM shop that read my sister's Impala. It told them every time the check engine light had been on.
I just took it over to my friend's shop. He just bought a brand new scanner, and the check engine light had been on the way to his shop. But when we turned the key back on, we start. He turned the key back on to check it. There were no codes in the whole system, and it was a brand new Altel scanner that he paid a lot of money for. So I don't know.
Thunderbird says, if I ever need to go electric pump in my Thunderbird, I'll put in a Crown Victoria tank and pump and run a regulator. The tank seems to be virtually identical.
Barracuda said, "I tried it Mexican next spec. I'm not feeling very well now. I'll catch you up later on, hopefully." Okay, we're looking forward to it, Barry.
Okay, feel better.
It's a joke. I told him to have the spider bite him, see how it. See.
Ah, I thought he tried to. Never mind. Mm.
Firefly says if you short out the crank or cam sensors, 5-volt power supply from the computer, it can look like computer dead. But shouldn't that be giving me some kind of code for the cam sensor or crank sensor? It's running fine. Well, not as smooth as it should, but it's running fine.
Pete says could be a sensor pulling down the 5-volt reference.
Hmm.
Pete Snipe says I like that plan, David. Buffalo
But
says
I wouldn't know where to look for the sensor though.
Buffalo says many sensors share a 5V power supply from the computer. Scanners are useless.
That's good to know.
Triple says that's a nice bus. Mohawk says that. Oh, sorry. Mohawk says that sounds like your computer is bad. Sorry.
And it's not the first time, Mohawk. This computer has already been replaced once.
Pete Snipe says fly 100%. Triple says there was a Malibu like that at the Ohio DTAG races last night.
It's a very popular
You
platform.
mean drag races? Did I swear it wrong? Yeah, drag race.
It's a very popular platform to go fast. That's why a Mexican car would be so good because some of them have the factory 4-speed in them, and you could just take the 6-cylinder out and put the V8 under the hood, and you can have a V8 factory 4-speed Malibu Thunderbird. I bought a United Motor Works pump, but there's no direction of flow, so I'll have to test it. You think they could just at least Sharpie an arrow on it or something? You're asking way too much of them, Thunderbird.
Buffalo says trying to remember map, CPS, BSS, all share a 5B power supply.
Mm.
Business says no, codes are only set based upon a test sequence that may not happen until you're a couple hundred miles down the road. Triple says drag. Buffalo says stupid commercials. I know, right? Buffalo says there was a bulletin. I am trying to remember. Let me pull up some info.
Thank you. Should I just go out and drive it for a while and see what happens with the computer? Because all I do basically is just drive it. I drove it from one side of town to the other, which isn't very far. And on Friday, we just drove it to the store, came back.
Me traes
It's
algo.
not very far.
Me traes,
I haven't driven this thing very far since we went to the border and back.
me traes algo.
I will bring you answers to the problem.
No, tráeme algo físico.
It is a 2000 Durango with a 5.9 Biofly. And it was made in the US factory, so it's exactly the same thing as the US trucks. There should be no difference. That's what I asked my buddy with his scanner. This being a US made truck but sold in Mexico, do you have to put in there that it's a Mexican truck or is it a US truck? Because the guy that I sold the 99 Ram Charger to put a scanner on the truck over there in Texas and it wouldn't read it because it was a Mexican truck. The whole system was different. You have to get a reader that reads the Mexican trucks, and he didn't have that.
So it says it should show pending codes. Fernando says some problem you just live with because you're too cheap to fix them. My Eagle randomly decides to not shift on to third gear, but restart and works again every time. Doing that since 2019. Fitz says, and it dies right out of a cruising state.
No, we were coming down the street.
We
I
were
was
making a turn.
slowing down to make a right turn into a parking lot, and that's where it died.
Chevrolet says, but I've never had a Chrysler though. Fitz says, oh hell, 2000. I thought we were talking OBDI. I'm stoned.
OBD1.
Oh.
No, it's not that
That's
old.
not a one.
It's not that old.
That's not a one.
It is for him. He's stoned.
Wow. I thought he meant he was
Are
stoned.
we done, Danny? Are we done? Please don't dig your nails into my leg, because you might get thrown off. Thank you. Now go lay down. Go lay down.
Chevrolet says, yeah, no pending codes with OBD1. Thank you for pointing the one, Chevrolet. This knife says, it was an I. She's right. See?
But I know what OBD1 is. I know what you meant to say. We're supposed to say what you meant to say, not what is literally there.
Well, that's not my fault. He said I. It wasn't my mistake.
Why did you just say Abdi if it was an I?
Because me regañas cuando digo eso. Mog says, hey, Dean, is my destiny keeping you warm? Papa says, searching identifies buttons. Edward says, Dean, are you aware of the AU Performance 351 Cleveland Performance mechanical fuel pumps? They're good up to like 1000 HP or something and look really boxy. Saw some on eBay for like 800 Canadian dollars. Sam says, he got what I meant. Low.
This is the newest vehicle I have, and computers get on my nerves.
¿Me vas a convidar de tu comida?
What? No.
¿Por qué no?
Because you have your own food.
Pero no he hecho nada.
Get a can of tuna and mayonnaise. Make your tuna salad. Salad. Tuna
Barely.
something.
Barely.
Hmm?
Barely.
Probably not going to eat it all, but
How dare you?
I want to mix all the barbecue sauce in the white rice because it tastes so good like that. It's hard to do in the styrofoam container, but on a plate, it's a lot easier. I don't taste any chili in there at all. So maybe that
Oh
chili.
yeah, but the paprika is killing you.
But
Oh my god.
the chili that was in there was not open and
That doesn't matter.
and chiliing up the thing. The food.
Chilling up.
There. But there was nothing picante at all.
Yeah, with the paprika, oh my god, you can't have it.
But paprika doesn't have any taste. It just gets in the way.
Then why does it bother you for me to put it on the fries?
Because it's too much. You put way too much on there.
And
Thunderbird says that's a pretty combi van. Yes, it is. It's done right. My only question is, with all of the weight of the furniture that is inside, how does the thing even go down to the corner? Firefly says a lot of crank sensor failures and ECM failures and harness failures in these bulletins. Well, this thing just basically sits out in front of the house until we go shopping on Friday or we take a car to the border. So we have a um, humid weather a lot, and there's salt in the air. So keep that in mind for what might be wrong. Pit Snipe says, don't let your computer bias pollute your diagnostic process. Spec. 90% of alleged ECU failures are voltage and ground issues. Some are worn out contacts in relays and switches. Yeah, that's what I had the mechanic checking.
You missed a Malfa message.
I read it. I have noticed crank sensor codes do not always show up. 50% chance. Well, that doesn't help if I don't know what it is. The truck's got to tell me what is wrong. If it was an older car, I'd know.
Paprika has very little flavor to me. I know, and he's complaining about it.
It's just too much on the fries. Now, I'm not talking about the flavor. It's just on there. Mohawk, have a great night, everyone. I have to go. Thanks for the live, Mexican and Mrs. Mexican Spec.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mohawk, for coming in. We'll see you soon. Make sure the engine ground strap is intact. I looked at the one. I didn't look at the one on the engine. I looked at the one coming off the battery to the body, and it looks completely clean. Completely clean. So I'm gonna do some checking myself on some grounds, and I'm gonna clean the plugs because when it failed on me, when I couldn't get it started, I moved the connectors, the 3 connectors on the computer, and it started right up and hasn't had a problem since. Basically, not like it did before. So maybe something wasn't making connection, but I want to take those off and spray it with the spray, the electric spray, to clean the stuff. Thunderbird, leave me some chipotle powder. Amen.
Love me.
Love me.
I we don't have chipotle powder that I know of. We have chipotle, dry chipotle, like the whole chipotle chili dried, or canned chipotles, but not powdered chipotle. I don't think. I mean, you can make it out of the dry chipotle, but
would a failing crank sensor make the engine run different? Because it's running strong. Firefly, clean all grounds, check power and grounds to the computer. Trying a crank sensor would be useful to see if it changed anything. What sensor did I replace? I replaced a transmission sensor, and there was another sensor. I don't think it was the crank sensor though. I have to find all the grounds then. Firefly. Pittsnipe says 100% fly. Firefly. Computer connectors need to be hit with the deoxit spray. Yeah, because I moved them and then it started up. No problem. And it hasn't failed until we got right over here to the house. But he burned like 200 pesos worth of gas going to and from his house and didn't have any problem. But he lives really close to his shop too, so it wasn't any distance at all. I'm gonna have to buy some of that spray, the electric cleaning spray, for that, and hope I don't destroy anything taking the plugs off the computer. That wouldn't be good. This truck has to be dependable. It has to be dependable for what we do. Because if not, then I'm going to save up my money and buy a square body Suburban as my tow vehicle to tow things up to the border. Great bullet. I hate when I have to break out the parts cannon. Well, I'm not doing that. If it doesn't have a code, then it's fine. That's what computers do. But everybody says, oh yeah, you just plug in the scanner and it'll tell you. Yeah, that's only if the computer is not crazy. I've already been through that once with this truck, and put another computer in it and got it going again. But if the computer's crazy, what are you reading? Firefly. If the crankshaft sensor leaks oil through it, I flag it as bad. Okay, now I have to find where the crankshaft sensor is. I don't see any leaks under the truck. Thunderbird. Still need to check the crank sensor on the Crown Victoria.
Plus, the only other possibility is that the PC board in the computer is sensitive to flexing due to cold solder joints.
But when it shuts off, most of the time it starts right back up. But a few times before I mess with the computer connectors, um, it would take a little bit. I'd have to put the key in the off position, and then after a little bit, it would start back up. It hasn't left us stranded completely. I mean, it did me, but that's when I moved the computer connectors and it started right back up. The other possibility is that the PC board, okay, I'm gonna have to remember that. Or a crack in the crank sensor. Hmm. I'm gonna have to look to see where the crankshaft sensor is and see what it looks like.
Why are you writing things down?
Because I have a brain.
Mm-hmm.
Scan tools are not smart. It would be nice if all cars would just be like they used to be, and I know what's wrong with it, you know, like an old carbureted car. If it does something, there's a reason for it. Thunderbird. Good night, everyone. Back to work tomorrow as always. Good night, Thunderbird.
Good night, Thunderbird.
Thanks for being here.
Have a nice night.
Firefly scan tools tell you what the computer is witnessing, nothing more. Exactly. And if the computer is crazy, then you got nothing. Exactly. Harmony. Sounds like a failing ignition control module or pickup coil on the TBI Chevy. Well, it's not a TBI Chevy. But it's not doing it all the time. It's not like every time I come to a stop, the engine shuts off. It's just every once in a while. Not that I drive it a lot, actually. Maybe I should go put a little bit of gas in it and do a longer trip and see if it's going to completely fail on me. I'll make sure to take the business card with me to the towing company. There's no turn signals on that Maverick. They're supposed to be under the bumper in the curve. I wonder if the turn signals on this Maverick are the same turn signals that were on the 69 Mustang. Huh. Electronics get bitchy when they get hot. Oh, we got hot here. We are hot. Yep. It's night. Heat soak, but he's not having the problem after a quick shut off. Nope. And then it's fine for a while. But I'm gonna have to be a smart consumer and, you know, test it out. When does it happen? Exactly when does it happen? And that should give me more information. Firefly Dodge uses a Hall effect sensor type crank sensor, a bit more heat sensitive than the magnetic coil type crank sensor. But it's always been hot here, and the truck has been here for 27 years now. 20, this will be its 27th year because it was sold new in November of 99. So coming up on 27 years in November. Why do you keep doing that? You've already been up here. I've already pet you. We're done now. Go lay down in your hole. Come on. Can't you see I'm working here?
I'm walking here.
Mm-hmm. And here we have on the screen the exact same vehicle. I think this one has a 318, but still. Same drivetrain if it had the 5.9 in it. Barracuda. Finger has turned black. Pustules, shivering, hallucinations. I'll have a cup of tea. That should take care of everything, Barry. A cup of tea. Are you documenting everything with video so you can, send it into the your health department? They might not know about the effects of that spider. Firefly. The Hall effect crank sensor has 3 pins. The magnetic coil pickup crank sensor has two. It's not. Were it in my stable spec, I'd be struggling to diagnose it too. Yeah, because it's if something happens all the time at the same time, you would know. But it's like sometimes, and then of course it doesn't happen when the mechanic drives it. The truck is smarter than that. He's not gonna let. He's not gonna show his hand to a mechanic. I don't know, but I think moving the connectors on the on the computer. I think the moving the connectors on the computer was was the magic thing. Because if that got me running again, that means I can narrow it down and maybe clean that, and then we'll be done with this.
Sorry.
Vilefly. I told Barry that since he has a new spider in his country that is venomous, to let it bite him and see what the symptoms are. Yeah, the symptoms are, and that's what he's telling us. What happened to his finger? So hopefully he's documenting it for his health department. Earl Grey tea. I'm sure that'll fix everything. Don't you think so too, Danny? Hmm? See, Danny agrees. Firefly mechanics have the disadvantage of not being the owner of the vehicle. Right. But he drove it for 2 days and nothing happened, of course. And he probably drove it for different things, delivering cars and stuff, if I know him.
Business says, I like some Earl Grey. I've never tried Earl Grey. I tried like black tea, but I didn't particularly like it.
There's a huge section in a Walmart for teas. It takes up a lot of room.
It's not as big as
All
you would think.
all kinds of different flavors.
It's not as big as you would think.
I don't like tea at all, so I stay away from it. I don't care what the flavor is. It could be mint.
I made him chocolate tea once because he was complaining that it was hot, it was cold, and I happened to have chocolate tea, which you were like chocolate tea, yeah, yeah. That was my same reaction. But yeah, I happened to have chocolate tea. I think we had mint in it. I don't remember. But I made him, and he's like, it's drinkable. It doesn't taste like tea. So
Barry asks, what brand of Earl Grey? See, we're not owned by England anymore. We're not. Mexico was never owned by England, so there's no reason for us to drink that. They can drink it in Canada. They can drink it in Australia. They can drink it in New Zealand. We don't have to.
the tea that we drink the most is manzanilla. What is manzanilla? ¿Qué es manzanilla?
I don't know.
Tú debes de saber.
I don't
Es
know.
la florecita blanca.
Chamomile.
Chamomile.
Firefly is worried about the wiggling of the computer connectors. Could mean bad ECM. Try wiggling them whilst the truck is running to see if you can kill it. Inverse logic.
Ooh,
I
that
want
makes sense.
I want to clean them first.
No, because then you will never know.
Pitts Night. Teas are confusing. Try any Earl Grey. There's just more flavor there.
There was this brand. I think it was called
But it's flavor of what, Pitts Night?
There was this brand. I think it was called Alesa. It's not Mexican. I don't remember where it's from, but they used to sell. Um, it was um what is
All the
it?
comments are going.
It was Irish Irish breakfast tea, and it was kind of like English tea, like English breakfast tea, but instead of whatever, it had like
Sorry to interrupt, but the comments are going. Pete says, I keep intermittent problem vehicles at my shop until they are fixed. I drive them as daily to help figure them out. Do you put the gas back in when you drive it? Because my guy doesn't. It's nothing consistent, Barry. I'm a coffee guy. That's a good technique, Wildfly. Straight bullet says. Me too, Pete. Yeah, he would have my truck for like 5 months. It's not good policy. And you can read Barracuda.
Barracuda. Which is Barracuda. Earl Grey has this very like taste of orange.
Why would a guy named Earl Grey taste like orange? I don't get it. Gray Bullet, start shaking all the wires. I already did that. I got it running again. And it stalled on me again. Believe Earl Grey is nice for daily consumption. Red Rose Orange. Pickle? Pickle? Firefly. Well, you sometimes have to ask, what isn't the problem? Yes, yes, you do. Stephen Andrews. Captain Picard drank only Earl Grey. Hot. Yes, well, he had the accent for it. Or maybe that's why he had that accent, because that's what he drank. Believe essence of bergamot is what gives Earl Grey its flavor.
Oh. The
Do you know what that is?
bergamot. I've never tried it, but I know where it is. Publish the screen afterwards to see if it cures.
Okay.
And this is Captain Picard, that is.
Yes.
It says, yes, I put gas back in, but I charged the custom harness.
Well, he never puts gas back in.
So it says, do it while it's running. The tea that I used to drink is called Alessa, and it was Irish breakfast, and it had honey nut or something, some kind of nut in it, and it was so delicious because it was like the black tea, but it also had hazelnuts in it. It had a touch of hazelnut, which made it taste so much better.
Captain Cook tasted like pork. There was a tea that tasted like pork. Oh, Dean pops in. 2-propanol or isopropyl
Isopropyl alcohol.
alcohol, Barracuda. Dead Russian seamen cannot be wrong. How did we get to talking about tea? This night, Cameron's Velvet Moon Espresso is my daily. Soaks up the vodka and caramel creamer just right.
Okay, so there's also the NASA test. Keep the computer while it's running, just not with a timer. Braden says Braden is back.
Hello, Braden.
Polycarbonate says Arizona iced tea, only tea I drink. I've had it. It's good. I like the um sandia. Watermelon. Steven Andrew says was kind of weird because he was supposedly French. This says I have used Earl Grey vape juice in the past. Some vape believe it's bad for you. Dean says
Everything is bad for you.
yeah, but vape is like really bad for you. Dean says do peace, welcome back. Braden says I can speak Portuguese. Can you?
Really?
Chevrolet says just don't electrocute yourself on a spark plug wire or something.
That's the computer's far away from those.
Firefly is stuck in problem solving mode.
Sorry about that, Firefly, on a Sunday night.
Dean says proper drink to proper no. Brenda says Snapple iced tea for me. I
They sell Snapple here like 2 or 3 different flavors,
but it's
but
only
there's no fruit juice for me.
It's only the
Fruit punch.
No, they don't sell the fruit punch. It's only the iced tea.
Yeah, and I don't drink anything tea, iced or otherwise. It's nice. I can point to Portugal on a map. It's easier to point to Brazil. It's night.
Oh, I have a random. What do you call?
Pete, some of my customers will bring their car to me below empty on the gas gauge.
What is the country that that has the that touches France on its what do you call it, the line on its area
Border?
on its border the longest? Does that make sense? What is the country that borders with France?
It has the longest
has,
border
has a
with
longer
France.
border for France?
I don't know.
I have
Braden says, we have a bad storm right now. I can hear thunder.
Don't Google it.
Go outside
I
and
will
stand in the
Google
rain,
it.
Braden. It feels good. I hate that, Pete.
Don't Google it. I will not. Spain. This time says Spain. Well,
Biofly says, our price for gas is double in that case.
maybe Switzerland? Any takers? Any takers?
You just guessed twice.
Yeah, but
You
only
have to tell them yes or no.
George Roman says I will think Germany. No, not Spain, not Switzerland, not Germany.
Biden says might be tornado weather. Who knows? It's raining really, really bad with thunder and lightning. Well, go stand out in the rain. It feels good. That's what we do when it's.
Owns a territory next to Brazil, which I kind of for the fuck of me remember what it's called, but it borders with Brazil and is longer than Spain itself.
You said France. France is on a
France.
different continent.
No, no, I didn't mean Spain. I meant France. Yes, France. Yes, France owns a territory next to Brazil that is longer than France itself.
Didn't know that.
So I don't remember. It's like Barbados, I think it is, or something like that.
Well, Braden says, "What kind of foreign car would you like?" You're gonna have to define what a foreign car is. G200. It's a northern country. I just
French Guiana. Yes, Pit Snipe.
you got to read the comments. Come on, we're
Sorry,
off the page
where are
here.
we? Um, um,
G200 says it's a northern country.
Double rain is if I wasn't so tired, I would be out in the rainstorm and watching it. But the car says used to hate looking for a wheel lock in customer cars. Braden says I watched a tornado not even a block away from me, and I was standing out in it. It says to Wildfly, the gas station is across the street, and my customers will look to see if I overcharge them.
You're entitled to make money, Pete.
Dean says chili. Wildfly says we always warn them. Business says French Guiana. Dean says chili again. Braden says 3 or 4 months ago I watched a tornado about to block away from me on the highway go by. Brandon says French Guiana. Mercury says our price of petrol goes up and down by 10 to 12 cents most days lately. Pablo says time is money. We charge for the time wasted.
Our gas prices never go down.
Krishna says you win, but you cheated at Geography Jeopardy, Miss Anna. Why did I cheat it? Why did I cheat it? Braden says I want an Iranian car.
No such
Why?
thing.
Mercury says welcome to the penal colony of fresh Guyana.
Yes, and isn't that where they drank the Kool-Aid?
I don't know. Joel says France also has an island just off of Canada.
And they have a territory inside Canada, just like they have a territory inside the United States.
Dean says I blame Simon Bolivia for the fact that Brazil does not share a border with Chile. Joel says Iranian bar is a goat Britain.
Iranian car. It wasn't French Guiana where they drank the Kool-Aid and everybody died.
Marshall.
That was just Guyana, Josh.
Marshall, go away.
Stray Bullet, Louisiana. They speak French there. New Orleans. It's Night says it was Flavor Aid Spec. I remember. I've had Flavor Aid. Thank you very much. We Nebraskans get salty about our Kool-Aid. Well, everybody says drink the Kool-Aid, so I have to go with the crowd. But yeah, we had Flavor Aid at our house. I can remember. I can picture the packets in my mind. I think there was a kid on the front of the package, on the envelopes.
Barracuda says the most common car in Iran for many years was the Hillman Hunter. Braden says I like a good sexy French Canadian woman.
Faith was in here a little earlier, Braden.
That's what I was gonna say.
That,
Don't you
that's
have
that's kind of rude.
It says Jamestown Massacre?
Yes, Dean.
Jamestown.
Yes, Dean. Josh says it was in just Guyana, not French Guyana. Maybe the French wouldn't have let him in there. Ray Bullet says it doesn't belong to the French anymore, though. Pitts Knight verifies Jonestown was in Guyana, not French Guyana. He says, Bacon, Barracuda, Bacon. Braden, no, French Canadians are sexy. I would never cheat on Faith, but French Canadians are sexy though. You're gonna have to prove that, just like Quebec. Prove that, Braden. What is sexy about a French Canadian? Don't you watch um, South Park? Dean, James, Jones, Jim. Jim. What are you looking at? Barracuda. My quote about the penal collie in French Guiana was from the movie Papillon. Papillon. Firefly will be right back. Bring us something good, Firefly. It's night. Low, Dean. Stephen Andrews. Weiler's drink mix, Tang, Funny Face. I remember many Kool-Aid alternatives. Yeah, that's right. We have a whole lot of them here too. There's so many packets. There's a whole area where the packets are sold at Walmart.
Yep.
And Mrs. Spec buys Clight, Clight. It's not like the really sugary one like that I like,
No.
but she likes those flavors.
I like it because it doesn't have an aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a good reason.
they have a good lemonade. That's what I like. I like the lemonades, and it's a good flavor without aftertaste.
Dean is saying something in an accent.
It's my accent is never. Wait, I missed it. What?
Stray Bullet says,
What? There was the frogs who treat Quebec like it still belongs to France. This time says country time. Britain says their looks, and their accent, their looks, and I like a good woman with blonde hair, a French Canadian that speaks French with blonde hair, and I can speak a little bit of English. I've seen them before in races. Says the guy have flip top heads, not French Canadian ladies. That's Mark. Steven says funny face, choo choo cherry, jolly oly orange, goofy grape. No,
what brand was that? I remember names like that, Goofy Grape and stuff like that. But I don't think Country Time came in little envelopes. You had to buy the can, and the scoop was in the can. That kind of thing.
Brayden says the one French Canadian that races an ice oval snowmobile. She's blonde with a French Canadian accent. She's from Canada and goddamn easy. Are you asking me? I have no idea. Marguerite says
But you
no.
can't extrapolate that to all French Canadian people.
Marguerite says Norman Donald said he always knew how to vote for in Canada, not a French guy.
Good plan.
Dean says I like bad French Canadian women. Do please, but I defend your right to speak your opinion. Was it Trail here?
Good evening, Will.
And they say good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Beck.
My eyes are getting out of focus just sitting here trying to read these things. Rootin' Tootin' Raspberry called Funny Face, Stephen Andrews. I remember something about that. We always bought the off brand stuff. I did not have many Hot Wheels.
I agree, Dean.
I did not have many Hot Wheels. If she's not always trouble, then how can she be good?
Yes.
That's a nice French car. It's pretty clean, except for the front bumper's bent a little bit, but we can fix that. It's nice as every French Canadian I ever met cracked me the fuck up. Funny freaking people. Maybe they have to be to survive in Canada speaking French. Grey Bullet thinks this car looks like a French car. It is a Renault, so it probably is a French car. The three lugs on the wheels kind of give it away. Yeah, but these things rusted out quickly. It's rare to see one like this. Somebody's put some time and effort into to make it nice. But like I told you, these guys that paint cars, like that door there, they paint it over everything. They don't know what masking tape is. Never heard of it before. So Braden says a lot of Canadian women are cute. A lot of the French Canadian women are cute. I'm not sure about a lot, but okay. Believe says, that's logical, Mr. Spec. Great humor is often born of pain. If there's no pain in it, then it's not funny. I'm sure you heard what people say that a guy dressed as an old woman or somebody dressed as an old woman falls in a manhole. Normal people think that's funny. For a comedian to think that's funny, it has to be an actual old woman.
Did you hear that a comedian fell in a hole?
No.
It was literally a comedian fell in a hole. They had to call the fire brigade.
Willa Trill says Celine Dion is French Canadian. She has a good sense of humor, so that makes perfect sense. I don't find her attractive at all. Dean says, well, they have to put up with the Inkrish Commonwealth. Braden, don't mean to be racist, but I'm not into the what are amongs. I don't know what that is. Stray Bullet says the French probably would have been the first to fly, but they couldn't figure out how to build an efficient propeller. Talk to Buff about that one. Barry, the French government blew up a ship in New Zealand in 1985. Things have been a bit strange since. Yeah, we all want to know what amongs are, Braden.
I know, Among Us.
Stray Bullet says they built the most powerful engines at the beginning of the 20th century. Barry, my brother's wife looks like Celine Dion. Will says, damn, that gack is such an ugly grill. We're back to this. Everybody loves this though, Will. Yesterday, everybody had such glowing reviews of this thing. Oh my god! You guys, I don't know I don't know if Canada actually lets these people in and sell the vehicles there, but we have to see this on the street here. Not that anybody would buy it. I think this van is 1,100,000 pesos. That's a lot of money to come out to your driveway and see that sitting there. Joke is Canada had access to French culture, American know-how, and British policies, and ended up with American culture, British know-how, and French politics. Great. Braden says, I'm not into Asian women for some reason. Asian women are a little bit different and not as good looking to be mean to any of your Asians. Then you're not watching the Korean TV shows, are you? Like on Netflix. That would definitely change your opinion. Dean, sounds like just my type. Do peas. My wife, Mrs. Ecstasy, is mostly like amongs. Biofly lurks among us. It's night. When I was in France in '95, they were throwing a little fit about our adventures in the Balkans. Every club we went to threw us out. No Americans, no sailors. We ended up in dot dot dot. Mrs. Ecstasy is part Asian. Oh, okay, that's good. Uno. What deal hole called Canadians American? It's night. Dot dot dot. Back alley bars, drinking with dock workers and tradesmen. Had a riot. Total sausage party.
Barracuda says his first wife looked like Kate Pearson of the B-52s. Chevrolet says the French are strange people, please.
Mm-hmm.
Braden says, I don't hate Koreans, I just hate BTS.
What is BTS?
The,
A group?
the group,
Oh,
not a group, the group. Dean says, I like Mrs. Ecstasy among Mongolian Heights. Amos Mongolian
isn't it
Heights.
weird that you ask young people where do you want to go? They always want to go to Paris. They want to go, they on their bucket list they want to visit Paris or France or whatever. And when they get there, the French hate everybody. They treat them like crap. So I don't understand why anybody would want to go there.
Pablo says, Korean Hollywood is passing up American Hollywood. Hollywood?
Could be
Chris Knife
better
says,
than Bollywood.
Chris Knife says, I ain't mad. We had a good time. Pablo says, Hollywood horror movies are great. Francis, Paris, France is a stinky town.
There's this actress that in she does some of the Korean shows. She played some. What was it? The Amazing Attorney or something?
Dr. Attorney Wu.
Yeah, the Attorney Wu or whatever. She played. Um, she played a person with learning disabilities, and she was that what's it called?
A
She's on the spec. She was on the spectrum, but she learned everything. She became an attorney, and she had how she handled everything. And if you watch that from the first episode to the last, you would never know that that actress doesn't have that disability. So I just watched her in another show where she did some other type of acting, and she embodied that character as well. I mean, she did amazing in all of the shows she's in. Amazing. Dean says the Scottish obviously did some interesting stuff with the Mees. They couldn't call her grandmother Meechin on the birth certificate poll tax. Hit snipe. Go to Ireland, go to Italy, go anywhere but France if you want gracious hosts. Yeah, that's what I've always seen. Label I would have been pissed that the captain thought it was a good idea to go to France. Hit Firefly. Even Jackie Kennedy said the French were very rude. Of course they were.
what? Sorry, my boss is calling me.
Braden says, "What country has the best hooker strippers? Las Vegas.
I mean, is it?
Big business there."
What about the red district?
Sorry, I don't know. You'd have to go test every one of them to answer that question. It's nice says, "Not his call, Stray. It's always an event when a carrier pulls in. It's an art form," Dean says.
Barbara says Bridget Bardot was a pleasant gal.
Well, there's always exceptions,
Business says I cannot respect Frenchmen's snugness. Well,
as
so
long as it's not with you.
Triple says they could have gone to PI where a good time is had by all.
Philippines?
Joanny?
Philippine Islands?
Business says I had to fly there, Stray. The best 48 hours of my life flow.
It sounds like those French people are as smart as the Americans. That hey, the president's doing something, so we're gonna take it out on everybody around us.
Pablo says I am not a fan of Las Vegas. So ugly in the daytime and assault on the senses at night. Yeah, I agree.
And the heat. I did my time 10 years there. That was more than enough.
Brittany says who's your celebrity TV crush?
I don't have any now, but Kim Richards was a doll when I was growing up.
Jensen Ackles.
She's crazy now.
Jensen Ackles. Triple says Philippines.
That's what I thought.
Dean says probably because she shacked up with the cool guy of Irish descent. The French probably thought she was a social climber. It says LPFMs forever. Ferguda says nice yellow on that truck.
It, I like yellow on vehicles. At
Dean,
least it's the original color of the truck.
Dean says Bob Parker. Dupes. He was hot. ¿Qué es Dupes? Dean, stop it.
I think he's talking about Braden. He's directing it to Braden.
Oh, who's Bob Parker?
I don't know.
Papa says the day heat and cold at nights in Vegas is hard to adapt. Yeah.
Wasn't that difficult? It's only cold at night in the winter,
And
but
apparently, if it rains, it floods.
there's always the casinos to go into, so you don't have to worry about what's going
But
on
what if I
outside.
don't want to go to a casino?
It's not like the casinos here. The casinos over there have food, they have entertainment, they have a whole bunch of other stuff to do besides the gambling. People are still going to Vegas, but I've been out of there so long, I don't even recognize the place anymore. The hotels that I knew are gone. There's new hotels in their place. I don't know how many hotels Steve Wynn has built since then. Because I moved to Vegas right when just before the Mirage opened in 1989. That's when that was finished. He had in the front of the Mirage. He has the Mirage. I think so. He has the two boats. Maybe it's the other his other hotel. He had two ships out there that were supposed to fake a fight or whatever, and he had the name on one of the ships that pissed a group of people off, and they came to the hotel to demand that he change the name, and they thought he was going to fight. They come in there, oh, we don't like this name because of whatever. He said, okay, I'll change it. That's all that happened, and they left. They were expecting this huge fight, and he's like, okay, and he was done with it. He wasn't gonna do that with them. They were very disappointed. He says both the New Zealand one and the American one, Barracuda. What do you think? Bob Parker had nice glasses. I wasn't ready for the 55 at night. Couldn't believe I needed a leather jacket in the summer. Oh, it's usually not that cold. I don't know what happened, but in the summertime, it stays warm at night. Well, it's the desert, so it doesn't really keep the cold or the heat. But I don't remember 55 at night in the summertime. In the summertime, you drive your convertible around and you burn your face, just like here. The heat was always hot in the summertime. I had a few convertibles when I was living there. Never had air conditioning. What?
Nothing.
You're gonna get zapped
¿Por qué?
because you're staring at me.
¿Y qué tiene?
Stop staring at me.
No.
It's not. You're supposed to be reading things.
The view is
I
free.
tried to UV Cerakote
Me cambiaron el password.
some headlights this week. The coating cured before I could get it on the headlight. Dried clear and pretty, but streaky as hell. I'm gonna try again.
Go away.
Yes, but he's had a stroke and is in care in Christchurch.
Pablo says, what year period in Vegas? What they tried to make it family friendly? I was there at that time when I got handed a flyer for hookers.
I was there from 89 to 99.
Tribulus says, I haven't been to Vegas for nearly 40 years. I have no desire to go now.
It's not interesting.
Dean says, mind you, so has Chris Knox.
He's having a conversation with somebody, but I'm not sure who.
Bafla says, when I was there, it was 110 Fahrenheit in the day, then hit 55 at night. Quite the stretch for me.
Well, that's weird. I don't remember it doing that. I do remember driving around in my Ford LTD convertible, and I never had air conditioning working. Never bothered me on my green vinyl seats. And I was ready to make a right turn, and I saw a dust devil coming straight at me, and I had the top down, and there was nothing I could do but stop the car, put my head down, and just got hit with all that dirt. Then I had to take the car to get it cleaned, and myself too. It just the dust devil just landed right on top of me.
So, but this is probably around the late 90s is when that nonsense started to apply. Berkeley says he was the mayor of that French town near Christchurch, wasn't he? Buffalo says, I think so, Stravely. Knife says, woof, fly. I could use a little of that. It's still over 80 here and 70% humidity. Yeah, 70% humidity here as well. Dean says, with Barracuda, he's very intelligent, Mrs. Mexican Spec. Oh, he's speaking with Barracuda?
Mm-hmm.
Dean says, aka Aurora. Aka Aurora. Buffalo says, oh no, Dust Devil violated you.
Yes, landed right on my head without permission, without consent. But what are you gonna do? I was in a convertible with the top down, so you take the good with the bad. You take them both, and there you have. You know the rest.
Tribulus says they should have left the mafia in charge of Vegas. That's when it was really good.
Yeah, unless you counted cars or something. Then they had a little room downstairs for you.
Pizza agrees.
By the time I got there, the mafia was out, and they were building. Every hotel had things for kids to do. The pyramid was built. The castle was built. Exactly, Pitt's Night.
Well, places you want to go to a great place, go to a mob-run establishment. Places, restaurants, bars, etc.
Pitt's Night. One time I was with a friend of mine at Knott's Berry Farm. This was, well, you'll know the time frame. And there was this group of girls that were there that my friend was a little bit older than me and he was very good looking. And a few of them wanted to spend time with him. This was the original cast of The Facts of Life. All of the girls um, that were there that day, and a few of them really liked him. I was just kind of tagging along for the ride, but yeah, it was the whole original cast before they cut him out and just went with the main five or whatever that they had.
Since the Yakuza are also a great entertainment, but you don't want to cross them. Yeah.
You don't want to cross the mob either.
Well, places, yup, the Luxor and the roller coasters on the top of casinos. Well,
Uh huh. We did you go on the did you go into the tower, the stratosphere? I would not step one foot in there. Actually, my buddy did, and um, and I'm talking about because of the way it was built and who built it. He went in there. He wasn't in there very long, and I think he put 3 coins in a machine, and he won $65,000. They were, I think, $5 coins. He put $15 in, won $65,000. They gave him uh, a carry-on bag, which is the carry-on bag that I use now when I go. Huh? No, it was just one.
mm.
Oh, I remember that night because he invited all of us to eat at the restaurant free of charge. They were trying to get their money back, but he didn't play in there again.
U200 says you should have held up a stop sign like Looney Tunes, and Dust Devil wouldn't have hit you.
I didn't think that quickly. I just ducked my head down, but my whole interior was covered in dirt.
Barracuda says the dust devils we get in New Zealand lately are sometimes strong enough to tear a roof of a house.
So is that like a tornado without the water?
Buffalo says went to the Space Needle thing.
Yeah, that guy. Well, his name was Bob Stupak, and he had quite the history in Las Vegas. And just before I left, his daughter wanted to run for mayor, and the opponent, all they did was run ads, uh, changing her face for his face, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and she lost. Yeah,
Buffalo says 65K. Wow. Take the money and run.
on one pull. Yeah,
Listener says truth fly. If 93 in 93 I was at Fleet Week in New York City in my friggin' Cracker Jacks, and my stepdad had passed a business card from his boss, Perella's, at the Care dealership. He worked at five-star service and food.
it's always nice when you're treated. It's always good when you're treated nicely at one of those places. When we find a place, Mrs. Spec and I find a place that that we like and we're treated nice and everything, we always go back. For example, the taco place we go to now, he knows what I want. He knows my order. Uh, Mrs. Spec changes it every once in a while, so she has to tell him. But when I sit down, he says, "Okay, you want this and like this, yes, and cut up the fat, yes." And then she tells him what she wants, and then he brings the food. I like that. Good, honest people. Dean Steve's the Space Needle, George Jetson. No, it's called the Stratosphere. And there was all kinds of stories going on when they were building it that they used substandard cement because of who was in town at the time. And of course, the Bob Stupak is going to cut every corner he could as far as safety goes. So I am surprised that it is still standing after all these years. I am shocked that it's still standing. And then they put a roller coaster up on the needle on the top of it, and people would actually get on that. No way. No way.
It's now says Kennedy's in Manhattan.
Was the joint.
In Manhattan was the joint. Gorgeous mahogany bar. Business says old man Joe Perella died of suicide, quotation quotations, a couple years later, 3 gunshots to the chest.
That's kind of hard to for that to be ruled suicide.
Butterfly says yes, those would enhance bars. Dean says mayor of the Banks Peninsula District Council from 2001 to 2006, overseeing Karoa before the district merged with Christchurch. He later became the mayor of Christchurch.
Mayor.
Mayor.
You said major.
Mayor.
I think this car needs bigger tires. Or is there something wrong with that rear tire? It's not in the middle of the wheel well. It's way to the front of the car, the front of the wheel well. It's kind of weird because I'm seeing pictures different here. See how far close it is to the front of the wheel well, and there's all that room in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's supposed to be like that. You can't beat a 67 Dart though.
Dean says hardened criminality probably added strength to the cement mixing effect.
I think it did the opposite because they'll get the worst cement for the lowest price, and that's what he would do.
Because I remember when he was a pharmacist on TV ads in the 70s, 80s. Well, says my brother dragged me to the Star Trek ride show thing, simulated 200 miles per hour in a closet. He was stupid.
Where did they have that? I don't remember that. Did you go to the Coca-Cola thing on the strip? The Coca-Cola, I don't know, they show you the history. They have Coca-Cola flavors from all over the world. They probably have Mexican Coke there. They have all kinds of, you have to exit through the gift shop, of course. Las Vegas is a destination. There's a lot of stuff to do besides the casinos. And they have every good restaurant from the world, all over the world. They open up one of them in Las Vegas. I don't know how bad COVID damaged Las Vegas for that stuff, but maybe the maybe the rich people that own the things had the money to survive. It'd be an interesting car to send the U.S. The rear suspension was correct, the rear axle, because it looks like it has a Dart GT rear end, but where it would say GT on the back, Mexico made a Dart emblem to go in there, a trim. So very weird.
Well, places I wanted to see the Coca-Cola thing, but got dragged to the Star Trek museum thing instead.
Oh. Why would anybody go to a Star Trek museum when they can just turn on the TV and there's 15 different Star Treks on there now? This guy knows how to sell a Dart. A picture of the trunk floor showing it's not rusted out. It could use a nicer interior though. That's just kind of basic design. All these cars can be improved a bit. There's always more things to do than you have time to do, Vilefly, when you're visiting there. And when you live there, you don't want to do anything. You just want to go to work, go home. That's it. I would not be interested in going to Vegas or going into a casino. They took all of my favorite machines out, which were the IGT poker machines that took quarters. You put quarters in, it pays you out immediately when you win something, except for the top jackpot. And you get your fingers really black when you put the quarters in. Just keep feeding them in, because money is very dirty. And people would have black all over their hands. But you knew when you got 20 coins out of there, you got the 20 coins. You could decide to put 5 back in. You can decide whatever. When you're playing credits, it's not money. It's just a number on a screen. So, you know.
It's nice says my brother would do that to me too. Barclay says he lived in Vegas at the time as a car dealer with a gambling habit.
Oh, bad
Barclay,
place to be.
Barclay says filthy money.
Hmm.
Business says salute, fly.
You do not want to be in Vegas with a gambling habit. My buddy had the best luck of anybody I've ever seen in the world. The one that won the 65,000. With after work, we would go home. We would go out to a casino at night, and I'd be playing the nickels or the quarters or whatever, and the poker machines, and he would be playing the high dollar machines, which they usually had roped off because not many people go in there, and those machines pay out more than the regular machines. And then he would take that money and go over to the blackjack table, and he would play a few hands and he would win there, and then he would go somewhere else and he would win there, and go back and forth, but he would never stay at one thing very long, thinking this has to hit this. I put enough money in, this has to give me. No, that doesn't happen. Once you start putting money in, the machine's going to take all you got.
Barracuda says, are there many two-door sedan versions of darts like that around?
Two-door sedans. Yeah, I think so. There's also two-door hardtops, and there's two-door hardtop Valiants here that were never sold in the U.S. Firefly
Yes,
says,
I
I
love
could
it.
only break even in blackjack in Vegas. The dealers were so very fast compared to here. Sneaky too. You have to have there's a way to make money when you're at the blackjack table. When you win, you pull back a certain amount. If you win, let's say 3 chips, you put one in your pocket, you play with the other two. You win again, you put one in your pocket, play with the other two. That guarantees you're walking away with something. There's a way, like there's forgot what you call it. There's not a plan, but a procedure or something that I've read it in books to know how to get out of a casino with money in your pocket. And if you're playing with chips, you put a 5 out there. When you win 5, you put it in your pocket and you play with the rest.
Business says, I was a scratch Hold'em player in Biloxi in my early 20s. Lost my patience, and the nerds started ruining the game.
Mm. I never played poker in a casino in Vegas.
What's a scratch?
I don't know. Never played poker. Played blackjack every once in a while. Played some blackjack tournaments. For very little money, you could play blackjack all night in a tournament if you win. You're too far away.
On my shoulder. I almost popped my shoulder.
Now I'm farther away and everything's more blurry. So you gotta have control over what you do, especially at the tables.
Firefly says, you needed a second person to beat the blackjack dealer in Vegas. Just too fast.
Then slow the game down. Take your time to make your decisions. Pit Snipe hustled bowling alleys. Is there a lot of money in bowling alleys, Pit Snipe? I wonder if they have any single deck or 2 deck blackjack tables anymore. Did they just uh, do away with that and just have the shoe?
The shoe is where the cards come out, right?
Yes. But if it's just one deck, the dealer's holding them, and 1 or 2 decks, it's easy to count. I never did, but a family member did. The trick is to not win so much money that they know that you're counting, because they're also counting. The pit boss is watching and he's counting the deck. And if you make the same bets that he would, then he knows you're counting too. It's like, no, but maybe a free hamburger at the bowling alley. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Only multi-deck dealing only. Okay, so it's really hard to count a 6 deck blackjack table because you don't know what's in there or what has come out before. It's really hard to count that. That's a lot of that's a lot of numbers in the head. Not for me. Definitely not for me. I will tell you that as I walk through any casino, and I mean any casino, as I'm walking past the craps table, zero or double zero will come out invariably.
Now I know what to bet on.
Yep, he tried it. He's done. He did it a few times and he won. Yes, Pit Snipe, Wimpy.
Well, it says Wimpy's hamburgers used to be a thing around here.
How did they taste, Wimpy?
Talking about card games, I just downloaded an app for card games. It doesn't matter the name really, but I just downloaded an app for card games that had several like solitaire type games, and like solitaire, free cell, spider, and things like that. And it had other ones that I've never seen before, and I'm enjoying learning new games and trying to figure out how to play these other new games. I like that it's making my brain exercise and figure out because I started playing them without reading the rules, and I just started moving cards to figure out what I was doing. So it was fun. Belfast says, "No, no, what's too young to drive?"
Nobody took you there?
Business says, "I paid a rent of a 9 pin, not tap, tourney plus the winnings hit thereafter. Once I won't tell you how much rent I lost."
What was that movie that did the once thing? Wasn't that Johnny Dangerously? Joe Piscopo was the bad guy in there, and he would say something like, "I mowed a lawn once." Nice interior.
Mm-hmm.
I like the seats. Somebody put some effort into this
I like the dog
Mustang.
in the back.
Somebody somebody put some effort into doing the interior in this Mustang, and they look like soccer ball wheels, football wheels.
Business says, "Yep,
Johnny Dangerous,
Journey Dangerous."
Dangerously. Yeah, that was his name.
I only know Johnny Bravo.
That was a cartoon.
Yes, that's the only Johnny I know.
Mm-hmm. Different generation.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So, guys, on Friday we went to the mall, and I noticed there's a place here that sells Chinese food, and the Chinese food was owned by these people that before they would give me white rice and then the red pork, and what was the other thing I got?
Chicken.
Chicken something, right?
Yeah, I don't know what chicken.
Chicken something, right? So then they sell it to these other people, and then they take all of that off the menu and put all their stuff on the menu. So we haven't been back, but they would load the styrofoam thing. I mean, they would load it.
It was red pork.
Oh yeah, red pork, and then it was something else I don't remember.
It was red.
I don't know. They would load it so much that you couldn't close the styrofoam thing, right? So they sold it to these people, and there was nothing on the menu that I could eat with the gluten thing and everything else. So 2 weeks ago, I went over there, and they had barbecue chicken. There's some vegetables in there, but I can pick them out. And then next to it are barbecue ribs. So I got that, and I asked for the white rice. She fills up the rice area, and then she fills up the whole rest of it with the chicken. There was no room for the ribs, and then she starts shoveling on the ribs on top of the chicken, on top of the rice, and she had to bend the styrofoam thing in half, put some tape on it to keep it closed. But it's like it's two at least 2 meals for me, which I'm gonna have tonight. The rest of it, the barbecue chicken, the barbecue ribs, all that stuff, so good. and there was chili in it, but I don't. It didn't taste like any chili thing. What did Firefly say?
I'm not gonna say that.
Jew farting corksucker. I'll break you, Bills. It's stuck in my head now.
Josh Thomas is pretty wedding.
It is. It
Pretty.
really is. It's a
It's,
lot. Of, very colorful.
Pizza says we used to show up to morning orders, stand in line and listen to bullshit at 6 a.m., then bail for McDonald's breakfast, then check in, then go bowling every day.
Every day.
Pizza says 50 cents per game on base to bowl.
Oh, that's interesting. They had a bowling alley on base. I wonder how many points this car would get at a car show. Is the wood grain the same wood grain that they had the design from new, or is that later or whatever? Too bad they don't make cars like that anymore with all the colors and all the. It just makes you smile when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad. Unique Dart. Yes. Dodge Charger style roof. These were the thumbnails on my thing. 36,619 miles.
Pizza says we were pre-commissioning at 1,500 sailors with no ship yet.
Mm.
Pablo says, okay, time for bed and painkillers. Good night, all.
Good night, Firefly.
Good night, Firefly.
Thank you so much for your consejos,
Advice.
advice.
What is
I'm
it?
gonna try some. I'm gonna try some stuff and see if I can make it better, or I'll have no car to drive.
Yep.
One or the other.
Take care, Firefly.
It's so great when it's 110 degrees out to not to have a car, to walk to the mall and walk to the store. So great, so great.
I bring the water bottle from the store.
Yeah, so great. We're going through like a 5 gallon bottle of water a week between the two of us, and I'm not even filling up my Kool-Aid or anything. That thing, not doing that.
You're thinking like sex.
I gotta sell one of these darts to somebody in the U.S. and then have them tell me what happens when they take it to a car show. Somebody will definitely comment on that roof. A burp. There's a lot of cars from Mexico that I would love to see at a U.S. car show to get people's reactions. All of the quote experts unquote that know Chrysler and Dodge never made a car that looked like that. Yes, they did. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. It's right here. No, of course. I think it was starting in '74. They started putting V8s in these darts. I have one in the I have one in the backyard, but it's a 4 door. Original V8 car, very few made. Original to my town here. Was sold new here.
It says $30 carpeted dash pad. Nice.
Those cost $30 now? Wow. They did not used to. I used to buy do you remember the plastic dash covers for Pintos that you even out your dash and then you put some glue on it and you put the plastic cover over the dash and it looks good. Those were what, $12 or something at JC Whitney. Now dash covers like that are hundreds of dollars. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It doesn't cost that much to make them. It's just what they sell them for. The same thing, you could get the same thing for these darts because they have the small dash pad on them. They don't go all the way to the windshield. and just then you have a nice dash pad on it, but it's plastic. I don't know. Hundreds of dollars for things that used to cost almost nothing. Crazy. How's the dash on our AMC? I don't remember. The black car.
I don't remember.
I don't
Besides the plastic shells, lol. Yep, every time I hit the shifter, I pop JC Whitney. I shot JC Whitney, sorry.
That was not shifter. Every time he's in the bathroom, he shop JC Whitney.
Sorry.
I love those catalogs. People today don't get to the pleasure of holding it in their hand.
I can hold my phone in my hand.
It's not the same. It's having the pages and everything.
Hey, if I want Avon, I can have a catalog in my hand.
Everything that JC Whitney had.
Am I yelling?
I never bought a Winky.
I'm sorry, guys.
I never bought a Winky, but it was in it before 1986. It was an interesting concept. You guys know what Winky is or was?
No. You're not asking me?
Well, you already answered.
Oh.
I have to wait for them if anybody knows what Winky was.
¿A qué hora vamos a ir mañana?
I don't know.
Tienes que ir al post office.
Mm-hmm.
¿Y vas a ir mañana a la vuelta o no?
That would be after 11 because I don't think he comes in till about that time. That's not an original steering wheel. It's not. Do you remember what Winky was?
Business says obscure parts of JC Whitney that you never thought about replacing or upgrading. That's what JC Whitney was. Snipe says, I don't know Winky. Believe says, why did the baby have a narrow put on a jacket? He was a little chilly.
Winky was a little white cat that you put in your rear window. This was before 1986. You put it in your rear window, and his eyes would light up for the brake lights and the right turn signal and left turn signal. So it was your third brake light, but he was a white cat in the back window.
Oh, then I don't know.
You can't find them anymore. They're not made anymore because everybody has a third brake light now. But this was before 1986, so it was a novel idea to have your lights in your back window, and it was a little kitty cat that his eyes lit up. People might think that was evil with his red eyes lit up, but I think it was cute. Now he remembers. Try to find one now, new in the package. You're gonna pay a lot of money for it. Cars don't need it anymore. Just about everything out there has a third brake light. We were touring with my Pontiac club. We toured the Van Nuys um, factory where they made the Firebirds and the Camaros. No, pit snipe. Of course not. It's a 2.8 V6. There was no four cylinders in Mexico. We don't do small engines here.
C200 says swap a K20 in it.
2.8 is a good engine. So we were touring the factory in Van Nuys, and some guy. This was 1986. The Chimsels had just come out, and the guy said to the guy at the factory, he says, I checked the price for one of those at the dealership, and it was really high. He says, why is it so high? You know, because you guys put them in here, and he says, well, if you buy like 100,000 pieces at a time, the price goes way down. But you're not going to buy 100,000 pieces, are you?
But the car from the Cadillac had lights in back window before it could see.
Yes, but that was facing the driver, not facing backwards to tell people behind you that you were stopping, or your evil eyes on your little kitty are telling you which way you're going to turn.
Believe says, while out for a hike, I was surprised to find a suburban SUV in the woods.
Subaru.
A Subaru SUV in the woods. I guess I couldn't see the forest there for the trees.
Yeah.
Snap says, okay, and the 2.8 is a gamer.
Now, if you want to talk about the mid 70s Tornados that had the brake lights above the trunk, that was the first time anybody put lights, auxiliary brake lights, facing rearward besides the regular taillights that were on there. And I'd really like to know why they did that. Why somebody put that into the design when no other cars had anything like that. If you remember the 65 Riviera, the whole bodywork was above the bumper, and then the taillights were below a lip on the bumper. And so many of those got rear-ended because it's hard to see those taillights. So that's the first time I would ask. The first thing I would ask when I called on a 65 Riviera, has it ever been rear-ended? Because it was very common. Uno says, are there any 15 plus year mini trucks like those Chevys or VWs or others that can be shipped up here? You think while Mises gets some churro ice cream? Yeah, the truck that Doug DeMuro did, the Savero. Those were made, I think, starting in 2009, 2010, something like that. Yeah, those can be shipped up there. He always does dad jokes, Pit Snipe. Always. You think it's time to?
I want French fries.
You think it's time? You can make some fries. You.
I have fries.
I'm gonna use the microwave. You can use the oven.
Lisa says, look at that rubber on that rabbit, like on a launch.
This is a pretty nice car for a 1979. 1978 was the first year that the Caribe was sold here. We didn't have them in 74, 5, 6, and 7.
It says, LSD and cocaine explains the tailgate mystery. Wait.
I'd like the real reason. I'd like somebody to tell me why they put those on the Tornados and not on any other cars. Because the Eldorados were the same body than the Tornados. They didn't have those extra tail lights up there. It was just on the Oldsmobile. But he says 2.8 good motor, only problem automatic transmission was garbage. Exactly, buddy. That's why the Mexican cars have a 4-speed or a 5-speed manual. That gets rid of that problem. No more of that problem. But I think we're gonna close it out here, Mrs. Spec.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna go make my food, even though it's 10:30 at night here. I'm gonna eat my barbecue chicken and my barbecue ribs and my white rice. Thank you everybody for being here. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. There were some pretty cool cars. It's getting hard for me to find cars that you have not seen. So if there's a few that you've already seen, please excuse me. We should make a pipeline of those little pickups. What's the ballpark on them? I'm going to have to talk to you by email because they are work trucks and they do not go cheap, even the older ones, because people make money with them here and they don't go down in value that much. So we'll talk on email, Uno. So appreciate everybody being here.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Do your spiel.
My spiel. Mm-hmm. Thank you to our members, our moderators that wasn't here, and to all our viewers. Thank you guys for joining us. See you again.
We'll see. Saturday. I'll see some of you during the week, and next week, hopefully, we'll see you on the live. Good night.
Good night.